YouTube, welcome back to my channel, Rachel Reads, and today I'm going to be doing a bit of a impromptu bookshelf tour and decluttering or unhauling of some books. I just kind of realized I have been putting it off for too long and I need to just get rid of some stuff, so stay tuned. I'm not going to get rid of any of my husband's books, obviously, so there are some books on my shelves that I'll probably never read, but he loved them, so, you know, and I guess I have to share. Fine. But, so stay tuned, and that's what we're going to be doing. Okay, I'm going to start on these little shelves that I have here in the corner. So let me see. I have The Prophets, one of my Book of the Month books, and I'm going to definitely want to keep this on the big shelf, so I'm going to put this aside. Girls on the Verge, I don't know. It's really good, but I don't know if I want to keep it. I might want to just donate it. I really enjoyed the book, but I'm not sure that it's something that I want to keep forever. So I'm going to put that in the bucket for now. Text me when you get home. I know people who want to borrow this, so I'm going to keep it and make sure that I get it to my friends who want to borrow it. I have two copies of Anne of Green Gables, this pretty copy and this pretty copy. I'm going to keep both of them. I love Anne of Green Gables and it just brings me joy, so keeping. Then I have Anne of Avonlea, which is the second one. I have the rest of the collection on my TBR cart, which I'll show you later, but I think I do want to keep them all. I have read some of the other ones that are on my TBR cart, but I was a kid, so I don't remember. That's why they're still there. I read this one a few months ago, so keeping. Concrete Rose, obviously keeping forever and always. All right. I also want to put this one on the big shelf, so. Miracle Creek by Angie Kim. I have two copies of this. This is the paperback. I have the Book of the Month hardback that was also signed by the author when I met her last year or 2 years ago now. So I don't know if this has like extra excerpts in it in the back, which is why I got the paperback, so I'm definitely going to keep it because when I do a reread, I'll read the paperback so that I get the extra content. Sleeping Giants by Sylvan Nouvelle. This is really good. It's actually my husband's book, so I'm probably not going to get rid of it. I also have the sequels on my Kindle, and I think I'm gonna keep this one because I do want to read them. It was a really interesting book. So, yeah. The Bromance Book Club. Cute romance. I enjoyed it, but I'm going to get rid of it. Don't need it hanging around. Oh, this one I really enjoyed. I read this last year. Oh, you can't really see it in the glare. The Penny Poet of Portsmouth by Catherine Towler. It is nonfiction, and I have a friend who I think would enjoy this, so I'm going to make sure I get that to her. One of my two copies of Body Kindness, but I am going to give one to my sister, I believe, so I'm going to keep this. This one was really cute, The Prince and the Dressmaker. It's a graphic novel. I have to think about this one. I really enjoyed it. I think I might see if a friend of mine wants to borrow it, and if not, I might donate it. I don't know if it's one that I would reread, but it is a cute book, so I do recommend it. What Alice Forgot by Leanne Moriarty. I love Leanne Moriarty. I love all of her books. They've all been really good, and I'm definitely going to keep this for sure. And then I have some Jane Austen. I have Sense and Sensibility and Pride and Prejudice. I probably will keep these versions at least until I buy like ones that maybe are prettier. I mean, these are pretty, but I don't know if I mean, I know there are nicer copies out there that I might enjoy, so I'll keep them for now. The Nickel Boys by Colson Whitehead, so good. Keeping it. And 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. I will be keeping this. It's beautiful. Also, it was one of my favorite books that I read in high school. Okay, here's my next shelf on this little cube thing. Hark a Vagrant by Kate Beaton. Really funny comics, but not something I really ever look back on or reread, so I think I'm going to get rid of this one. Stay Sexy and Don't Get Murdered by Karen Kilgariff and Georgia Hardstark. I did like this book. It was a good memoir. I did listen to it on an audiobook because I love their voices from the podcast, but I like that I have the hard copy. I don't know, though. Will I ever reread it? Maybe I'll see if my friend wants it, and if not, I will get rid of it. Alright, Pumpkin Heads by Rainbow Rowell. I am definitely going to get rid of this. I'm not the biggest fan of Rainbow Rowell. I do have another Rainbow Rowell book, Fangirl, that was actually gifted to me and is really special to me. That's going to be really hard to make a decision on, but this one was just okay. I'm going to get rid of it. Rainbow Rowell's pretty problematic. I don't really care to keep her books around if I don't have to, so we're getting rid of it. This is a book I made my husband. Reasons Why I Love You. Keeping it. Okay. The Jungle Book, which is like one of those special Barnes & Noble editions. So, I can't even remember. I think I bought this for my husband, but I don't know if he cares if we keep it or not. I'll have to ask him. If not, I might just get rid of it, but I don't know. It might be something good to keep around for when we have a kid someday. So, this is a maybe. Future Home of the Living God by Louise Erdrich. She's fabulous, and I did like this book, but I might get rid of it. I don't know if I'll reread it. I'll see if my friend wants it, though, so we'll see. The Enemy Within, A Short History of Witch Hunting. This is my husband's book, so I'm keeping it. I actually might read it someday. It looks good. We got it in Salem, Massachusetts. Pride, Prejudice, and Other Flavors by Sonali Dev. Keeping it. This is so cute. I loved it. And I have Recipe for Persuasion in my TBR cart. So, Jennifer Ashley, Death Below Stairs. I have a coworker I'm going to give this to because I think she would like it. So, I'm just going to put that aside for her. And then Keeper of the Lost Cities, Unlocked. This is the only copy, this is the only one of this series that I actually own. The others I've read all from the library. And I think I'm going to keep it that way. I don't think I'll buy any more of them. I just like that this one has like pictures and like a guide to the world. So we'll keep this one. And then these are not really books. This is my diploma and a little Blue Day book. So that's that. And then my other shelf on here just has some books from when I was a kid. Yeah. And some Christmas presents I have not had a chance to give because we're still in a panoramic, and I don't know when I'm going to see my friend and her baby, who's turning 1 this week, so we'll see. But you can kind of see, these are not books, these are Taylor Swift Lover CDs, little journals. But I have some Beverly Cleary, some Louise Renison, Amazing Days of Abby Hayes, Other Side of the Mountain. So these are all books from when I was a kid, and definitely going to keep them for nostalgia purposes. But all right, I'm not going to show you the bottom because it's just cookbooks and text. Okay, next I want to tackle this shelf here. So these are just markers that I use for bullet journaling. So this is, I mentioned before, I have a signed copy of Miracle Creek. Yeah, so she was so nice. Angie Kim is the best, so I'm going to keep that. I'm definitely going to keep On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. She is fabulous, and I love all of her books. Jennifer Weiner, another of my favorites. So this is Big Summer. I'll be keeping that. Oh, One to Watch by Kate Stayman Linden. Oh, so fun. It's like The Bachelorette. Dangerous Alliance. I enjoyed this book, but I'm not so sure I really care enough to keep it. I'm going to put it aside. I'll definitely offer it up to anyone I know if they want to read it, but I'm not going to keep it on my shelf. Alright, this is one of my husband's when he had a stint with Book of the Month. The Shadows by Alex North. Not my type of book. I'm not into horror, but we're keeping it because it's not mine. This is a Book of the Month copy of Circe that I didn't get from Book of the Month. I got it at a thrift store or a used bookstore. So, but I love this book so much, so keeping it. Ditto, Josie Silver, love it, keeping it. Two Lives of Lydia Bird. Writers and Lovers by Lily King. I really enjoyed this book. I'm going to keep it. Oh, Winter Counts. I'm hoping this is a series. I think it is, but I want to keep it because I want to get the next one in the series when it comes out. I liked this book, The Silence of the Girls by Pat Barker, but I'm not sure I want to keep it. I think it's kind of, yeah, so spine's a little damaged, and I mean, I like it. Again, I like it, but I'm not going to keep it. I'm just going to let someone else like it. Oh, Get a Life, Chloe Brown, definitely keeping it, love it. Ditto, Red, White, and Royal Blue, Head Over Heels. Do I want to keep this one? Oh, look at that glare on that cover. It was okay. I'm going to get rid of it. I don't need it. It was cute, but... Okay, the rest on the shelf are not mine. They are... Oh, I take that back. So all these Adrian Tchaikovsky, Stephen King, Joe Hill are all my husband's. This one... Oh, I love it. Kindred. This is the graphic novel version. So it's, I mean, the pictures are just like, wow, right? I mean, so powerful, the illustrations. I love this book, so I'm keeping it. And then these are not books. These are Taylor Swift CDs, again, on my bookshelf. So I guess I didn't know where else to put them. Okay, so now I have some room on this shelf. So when I'm going through, actually first thing, I think I'm going to add The Prophets, which I took from the other shelf. I'm going to put that up here. Hold please. Okay, now I want to put a concrete rose up here, but it's the wrong size and I'm weird about height. So we'll wait. We'll do the next shelf first. Okay, this shelf has a box on it, which I'm definitely going to get rid of. For now, we'll see. It just says my like journaling and stuff in it. Okay, so we've got Barack Obama, A Promised Land here, keeping it. This is not mine. This is my husband's Dictionary of Proverbs and Their Origins, keeping that. A Okay, these are tough for me. All right. I might need your help. I might need to put them in the maybe pile and have you comment and tell me what to do, because they're beautiful, but I'm never going to read them. I mean, I read Jane Austen, but not in a giant book like this. I read them in separate paperbacks. And fairy tales, I mean, I guess I could keep it for one day reading to my theoretical child, but they're kind of, I mean, they're kind of dark, you know? I don't know if I want to read something more modern and progressive to them. So, they're beautiful. I don't want to get rid of them. I'm going to keep them for now. You all are probably like, just do it, but sorry, I can't help it. Big Little Lies by Leanne Moriarty, definitely keeping it. Love that book. Priory of the Orange Tree, another one of the most beautiful books I own. Let me get it better. Keeping it for sure. I liked it. It was really good. Wonder if my brother would like it. All right, Jodi Picoult, one of my all-time favorite authors. This is her latest published book, and gave it 5 stars. It was good. So keeping that. All right, The Removed by Brandon Hobson. This is another book of the month, so I'm going to move it up to that shelf that has room up here. Oh, this one was good. The Care and Feeding of Ravenously Hungry Girls. I think I might, I really liked it, but I don't know. I think I have some people who might want to borrow it, but I'll have to see. I'm going to put it back for now. Ooh, this one was spooky. I liked it. It wasn't my favorite. It was definitely a nice spooky fall read for last year. I don't know if I want to keep it. I think I'm going to put it aside. And I think ditto this one. I think I'm going to put it aside. Ken Follett, Pillars of the Earth. I liked it. I did. It was good. And I kind of want, these are really nice paperbacks. Look at that. But, and I kind of want to do or read the prequel and maybe some of the sequels. So I think I'll keep it for now because I do want to continue with the series. Oh, I love this one. Another beautiful book, With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo, keeping it. My favorite book, one of my top 5 of last year, Darius the Great is Not Okay, and then the sequel, Darius the Great Deserves Better, keeping them. I'm not getting rid of these books, ever. And I'm going to put Concrete Rose right there. So, got rid of a lot on that shelf. Mostly it was the box that was there, but we're going to figure out what to do with that later. So, alright, we're going to move on. These are our little marble guys, so I'm going to put these up here out of the way. Okay. Alright, I've moved in a little closer. So, these are the Mirror Visitor books 1 and 2 by Christelle Dabos. Love them. Have the 3rd one, my TBR cart, definitely keeping. Sex and Vanity by Kevin Kwan, keeping, loved it. Outlawed by Anna North, also loved it, keeping it. Summer of Salt, this was really good. I think I'll keep this one. This was a really good book. Good in Bed, Jennifer Weiner's first book. Oh my god, I love this book so much. Keeping it. Alright, sorry I moved you again. My shelf was getting a little hard to put the books back. Alright. 2 more books from last year that I loved. Kate Ancrum. She's fabulous. Read her books. They're so good. The Deep by River Solomon, another favorite from last year. These are my husband's. Some sort of sci-fi something. Okay. Let's see. Station 11 was really good. I don't know if I want to keep it. I don't know. What should I do, guys? Should I keep it? I feel like if I'm hemming and hawing this much. Maybe I shouldn't. I mean, it was really good. I liked it a lot, but I don't know if I would reread it. So, yeah, let's get rid of it. Probably to some of you, I'm being like making decisions really well, and to others of you, I'm hemming and hawing too much. To me, this is pretty good. I'm usually not this good at getting rid of books. Never getting rid of this book. Love it. We'll read it till it falls apart. Ooh, I love this book, and I want to continue with the series, so I'm not getting rid of it. Another book that's my husband's. I'm just putting these on their own area, so. Bridget Kemmerer, of course, I will never get rid of these. So good. These were good, but I'm gonna, I think my sister said she would be interested in borrowing these, so I'm gonna put these aside for her. Okay, last angle on this shelf. I mean, of course, I'm keeping all of these, but the reason I'm kind of is this one is the one that I haven't read yet. So the question is to keep it on this shelf or put it on my TBR cart, because I haven't read it yet, of course, but I want to reread all of these anyway, so do I want to still keep them together? I think I'll keep them together for now. And then I'm going to put my husband's books on the end. There. And then I have space for another book. Or two. Okay, in case you couldn't tell, yeah, this is a mess. And reason I keep these books in the part with the doors is because it's a mess. So I know there are definitely books here that I want to get rid of. So let's do it. Alright, these are double stacked. A lot of Stephen King, which are my husband's books, so I'm not getting rid of those. I'm going to keep Little Women. I love it. It is a classic, and it's one of my favorites. So, alright, so let's take all these Stephen King books. Just put them aside for now. Let's see. What's behind here? Oh, I'm definitely getting rid of this one. I've been meaning to, and I put it down here to get it out of the way. But Secret History by Donna Tartt. Not really interested in reading it. I've got, that's my husband's book. Quiet Water. This is a book about canoeing trails in Maine. I'm keeping it. Song of Achilles, one of my favorites. Definitely keeping it. Ancillary Sword is my husband's. Stoddard Forestry Practice. This is actually from my dad, so I'm going to keep it. That was what he studied in college. So anyway, Your Maine Lands, Reflections of a Maine Guide. Not really something I care about keeping, so I'll see if my dad wants it back. I don't know. Crucial Conversations, Tools for Talking When Stakes Are High. I think that's my husband's. Oh, I loved this one. I should finish this series, the Elena Ferrante Neapolitan novels. It's really good. The Glass Castle. I did like this one, but I don't think I need to keep it, so I think I'm going to get rid of it. Yeah, get rid of it. Alright, so this one is Labyrinth by Kate Moss. I don't think I'm going to continue with this series, though I did enjoy this. And it's a nice book, but I think I'm going to get rid of it. I don't think I need it. Oh, you know what? I think I have a coworker who would like this, so I'm going to give it to her. Another of my husband's books. Alright, we've moved to the other side of the shelf. We've got Charles Dickens. I'm going to get rid of that. I don't really want it. Some Orson Scott Card. These are my husband's again. Beacon 23 is my husband's. Shrill by Lindy West. So good. I'm going to keep that. This is the tough one, y'all. Fangirl. Rainbow Roll is definitely problematic, but this book means a lot to me. My sister bought it for me for Christmas years ago, years and years ago, and I just really connected to it, so I think I am going to keep it. It was a gift. It means a lot to me. Another my husband's books. All right, this one I'm getting rid of. I don't even know who this is. I don't even know. I think I got this in a free like book swap thing at work, so I'm getting rid of it. Oh, Jodi Picoult, Sing You Home. This is actually one I haven't read yet. Why is it here? It should be on my TBR card. All right, we'll look at that later. Ken Follett, Pillars of the Earth. I have 2 copies of this. I don't need this one. Is this my husband's? I'll have to ask him. All right, I'm going to ask him. Neil Gaiman, Neverwhere. It's my husband's. Name of the Wind. I really like this, actually. But I don't think I'll continue with the series, so I don't know if I want to keep it or not. I'll keep it for now. We'll see. I don't know whose this is, if this is mine or my husband's, but I have never read it, so it must be his. Unless I got it from my parents' or my sister's shelf. And that, anyway, I don't know. I'll have to keep it for now and ask him. Did I buy this? See, gets confusing because my husband and I have a little bit of crossover with our book tastes, so this might be mine or it might be his, so I'm gonna keep it for now. I'm gonna get rid of these. I love Nora Roberts, but I'm not really interested in the Dark Witch series or Cousin Dwyer trilogy, so again, I think I got it at a free book exchange. Peter F. Hamilton, that's my husband's book. Scott Lynch, another one, my husband's, although I might be interested in trying it. Oh, Stephen King. Yep, that's husband's. More Stephen King, and then more Nora Roberts, which, I don't know if I want to keep this one for, like, Christmas. I don't know if no, I think I'll just get rid of these. I'm sure I can get any of her stuff from the library. Okay, we're on the very bottom shelf now, which is why the angle looks weird, but some more stuff. Oh, this one I'm getting rid of. I don't want it. I started reading it. It was bad. I'm not going to read it. Children of Time, another one by Tchaikovsky that my husband likes. Let's see. These are like magazines. George Lucas and Taylor Swift. All right, we're keeping these collectibles. All right. Networking. No, a framework for understanding poverty. Keeping it. All right, because I think it's my husband's. Ooh, Da Vinci Code, one of my favorites of all time. Keeping it. All right, these are my graphic novels. So I've got Bob's Burgers, which I think I'm going to get rid of. They're cute, but I'm not going to reread them. And then I've got Lumberjanes, which I love, and Nimona. This is that's a really good one. Highly recommend if you like graphic novels. It's cute. Babysitter's Club, I have a few graphic novels of the Babysitter's Club. The Smile trilogy, these graphic memoirs, they're really, really good. Another Tchaikovsky, so those are my husband's. All right, we've got Stephen King, The Stand. Ooh, Kate Atkinson, Life After Life. I really enjoyed that one. My sister got it for me as well. V.E. Schwab. My husband's read them, but I haven't. I'm not sure if they're really for me, like these ones. I have Addie LaRue on my cart to try and read, but I don't know if these ones are more my style or not, so I might try them one day, but... All right, Ian M. Banks, my husband's. Wool, Hugh Howey, that's my husband's. Joe Hill again, World War Z. I love this book. It is my husband's, but I've read it. It's so good. Barbara Kingsolver, love her. Oh, I loved Becky Chambers' book. This was good. And we have the second one upstairs somewhere, so probably try to read that. Meg and Joe. I think there's a sequel to this. It's a modern day Little Women retelling. I don't know if I want to keep it though. Okay, so this is going to be probably the hardest part, but who knows. So this is my TBR cart. It's just a standard sort of library cart type thing. And this is that Jodi Picoult book that I found earlier, but I just want to go through, and I know there's some books on here that I'm probably never going to read, so I just need to be honest with myself and get rid of them. So up here I have all of my Book of the Month books that I haven't read yet. Two of them, these two, were not actually books that I got from Book of the Month. They're ones that my mom got from Book of the Month, and she read them and liked them and wanted me to read them. I definitely think I still want to read this one, The Night Swim, but Home Before Dark, I'm not a huge horror fan, so I don't know, and I know this is sort of mixed horror thriller, but I think I'm going to just give this back to my mom. I do want to read Riley Sager, one of his other books, Lock Every Door. That one looks really good. That one seems more my speed, but this one, I don't know, maybe too scary for me, so I'm going to give that one back to my mom, but the rest on this top part, I'm definitely going to read. So, keep them there. Let's look at the other side of this. I think all of these ones I'm going to keep. We'll see. We'll see. So, I've got Once Upon a River by Diane Sutterfield. Definitely want to keep this one. This one is The Shadowland by Elizabeth Kostova. I loved The Historian, and then I also liked The Swan Thieves, so I would definitely still want to try this one. The Nature Fix, Why Nature Makes Us Happier, Healthier, and More Creative. This one looks good. I borrowed it from my sister, so I'm going to still try and read this one, definitely. It's good to have some good nonfiction around. And then I've got Memory of Babel. This is the third book in the Mirror Visitor series, so definitely keeping that. I want to read that soon. Here's the newest Nora Roberts that I got, The Awakening. I really want to read this one for sure. It always makes me laugh because it makes me think of Deborah and her nonsense. So if you know, you know. Enchantée by Gita Trelease. I think I'm going to keep this one too. It's like YA fantasy, I think. Takes place in, where does it take place? I mean, France, obviously, but like when? French Revolution, maybe? Anyway, looks good. So yeah, I'm keeping everything on that top shelf except for that one book, so, well, that's good, I suppose. Alright, this is my next shelf. I got this book last year. It's Wally Lamb. I know this much is true. I think I still want to read this, but I'm a little intimidated by it because it's like 900 pages long. I'm going to keep it and try and read it at some point. Child of a Mad God. This one looks good. It looks interesting. I'm going to keep it. I still have not read anything by Brandon Sanderson, but I was told this is a good one to start with, so I'm going to keep it around. I do want to, I love fantasy, so I'm sure I will like it. We'll see. I'm going to keep it. Changing Planes by Ursula K. Le Guin. I do want to read this. I'm going to keep it. I don't think I'm getting rid of anything on this side. I've got the Sarah Donati, the first 3 books in her Wilderness series. So I definitely want to read those. Oh, this is the Fitzwilliam Darcy Gentleman series. It is Pride and Prejudice told from Darcy's point of view, and it's in 3 volumes. So I borrowed that from my sister as well. I'm definitely reading that one. I'm gonna try and rearrange this once I got rid of the other books. So, Anti-Diet by Christy Harrison, definitely keeping that one. And then this one I borrowed from my Grammy. She said it's one of her favorites, so I should really read this one soon. All right, let's turn this around. Okay, we've got Stamped from the Beginning by Ibram X. Kendi. I definitely am keeping this one. I'm looking forward to reading that. The Poppy War, I just picked this up this weekend. Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. I've heard a lot of good things. Keeping it. Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. Going to read this. It's the buddy read for the 'Tis the Damn Readathon, the Taylor Swift Readathon happening in March. So, keeping. Ooh, this is a tough one. I tried reading this. I'm about 75 pages in. I just don't feel like picking it up. This is Girl, Woman, Other by Bernardine Evaristo. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to set an alarm on my phone for 30 days from now. And if I haven't got at least halfway through in 30 days, I'm chucking it. All right. Little and Lion by Brandy Colbert. I keep telling myself I'm going to read this. I put it on a TBR and then I never get to it. I think I should just get rid of it. I don't think I'm ever going to read it. So, getting rid of that one. Oh, I definitely can't wait for this one. Also, it's one of the most beautiful books I own. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Keeping it. Boundary Side. This one I've heard good things. It's like fantasy heist novel. Keeping it. I've been wanting to read this for a long time, and it's another one that keeps getting pushed off of my TBR, but not because I'm not interested, but it's like one of those books that I want to be ready to read, and I really should read it soon. I really want to read that. We Need to Talk About Kevin. This was a recommendation from my sister, so I'm going to try and read that for sure. Witchwood by Taheda Mafi. I think I'm going to get rid of this one. I don't see myself picking it up. I've had it for a couple of years. It just, I'm sure it's good. It looks good, and it's a pretty book, but gotta make sacrifices. Can't keep every book on my shelf because otherwise I'll never read any of them. All right. My Plain Jane, I definitely want to keep this one. I loved My Lady Jane, and this one is based on Jane Eyre. So, and then I want to get the next one too, which I think is called My Calamity Jane. And then this is tough because Ursula K. Le Guin is an author I want to read, but I've heard mixed reviews on the Earthsea Chronicles. This is the first 4 books. I think I will keep it, and I'll try to read at least one, and if I don't love the first one, then I will, I'll get rid of it. All right. I've only got rid of 3 so far, so might have to pick up the pace. All right. I'm going to get you down to the bottom level. That's good enough. All right. This is The Bells by Donnell Clayton. I tried reading this. I got about 2 chapters in. I don't know. It didn't really catch my interest, so I'm going to get rid of that one. The Mental Floss, History of the World, an irreverent romp through civilization's best bits. This sounds really funny. I do think I want to keep this one. I also borrowed this from my sister, so I might have to set myself a deadline to read it before next time I see her. I don't think I'm going to read this. I read Every Day by David Levithan, and it was good, but I don't feel the need to continue, so I'm going to give this back to my sister. I think I did borrow it from her. Okay, if you just noticed a change in lighting, it's because I had some technical difficulties with the camera, but I'm back now to finish. And Wild Blue Wonder is, I think, definitely something I'm gonna keep. It's YA, set at a summer camp, I think in Maine. So that's fun. I'm gonna keep it. Mary Roach, I love her. I'm going to keep this. Bonk, The Curious Coupling of Science and Sex. Sounds interesting. She's always funny. Red Rising. This is actually, I think, my husband's book, but I've heard so many good things about it. I put it on my shelf to read, but I don't know if I'm going to get to it anytime soon, so I think I'll keep it on my shelf for now, but if I'm still too crowded at the end of this, I'll put it on the regular shelf. This one my sister gave me. She was gonna unhaul it and donate it to the thrift store, but she let me take it, and it's non-fiction, I think. Yeah, I don't know if I really want to keep it, so I think I'll get rid of this one. It's not really that interesting to me. This is another one that I got from my sister that she was going to get rid of, but I don't know if I really want to read it. Actually, it's about 4 former college friends. I think I'll keep it. Here's another Ursula K. Le Guin. I'm going to keep this one. I got this from my parents' house. I don't know if it was my sister's or my dad's, but Empire Falls by Richard Russo. Do I care about reading this? Probably not. I think I might just give it back to my parents and get it off my shelf. Devolution by Max Brooks. He's the writer of World War Z, which is a great book. I haven't heard much about this one. This is my husband's copy. He read it. He got the large print on accident, but he didn't say much about it, which leads me to believe he definitely didn't like it as much as World War Z. Otherwise, he would have mentioned something, but I don't know. I guess I'll ask him before I take it off my shelf. The Gilded Ones by Namina Forna. I just bought this. I'm so excited to read it. Keeping it. Alright, and last section, I've got this remaining 6 Anne of Green Gables books that I'm definitely going to keep because I want to finish that series. I've definitely read Anne of Windy Poplars or Windy Willows before, and maybe I might have read Anne of the Island too when I was a kid, but I don't remember much about them. So time for a reread and to finish the series. Age of Myth by Michael Sullivan. Yeah, I'll give it a chance. Recipe for Persuasion by Sonali Dev. I loved Pride, Prejudice, and Other Flavors, so keeping that. I definitely don't want to read this. Revenge Wears Prada by Lauren Weisberger. Just not something I'm interested in. I love the movie Devil Wears Prada. But yeah, I don't really care about this book. Castle, I picked up this graphic novel because it looked cool, but I don't know, what is it about again? It's compared to Lord of the Rings, Middle Earth style with a focus on the lives of women. I guess I'll keep it. It's a graphic novel, so it probably won't take me long, so if I'm ever like sort of in a reading slump, that'd be a good one to pick up. This one I've had on my shelf for a few years, The Witches of St. Petersburg. This looks good. I still want to read this. I don't know why I haven't gotten around to it yet. Oh, I'm definitely going to get rid of this one. Merlin, The Lost Years, Book 1. Laura Lippman, Life Sentences. My friend knows her. I think I'll keep this one because I have heard good things about her books, so we'll keep that one. Whew, that was all of them. And, alright, so let's try to put these back on here in some sort of order. Alright, so this is my new cart. This is one side. I have some of my hardbacks up here, and I put all of my Ursula K. Le Guin books together. I did keep Red Rising for now, and I have that Sue Harrison book I want to get to. Got my Anne books, and then some of these mass market paperbacks down here. And then if I turn it around, at the bottom here I have some paperbacks that I'm really excited about. Down here, up here I have some more books I'm really excited. I tried to keep only books I was excited about, so definitely this one I'm still not 100% sure about, but I just bought it and I feel like I may feel like reading it one day. I might be lying to myself, but who knows. And then my book of the month books, plus that one. But yeah, so I feel way more organized now. I also wanted to show you all that I have these books that are on my TBR list, not on the cart right now because they're books I want to finish before the end of the month. So it's not really focusing, so I apologize, but yeah. So I realized that some of my footage got cut off and I didn't really get to film a proper sign-off for this video. So I'm just going to really quickly show you my shelves all neat and tidy, what they look like now. You already saw the TBR cart, but my bookshelves, I want to show you the final product. So this is the top shelf. And then down here are those books I showed you that I want to read this month. The rest of these, we gotta fix our little, so Captain America and Iron Man fight, and then Thor and the Hulk fight. So I did end up keeping these on my shelves, so still comment down below if you think I should get rid of them, please. Alright, and then this is this shelf, and I ended up keeping this here with it, with the whole grouping, because I do want to read these all kind of in sort of a binge. I don't think you got to see the final bottom shelves, but they look much neater than they did before. I know it's so dark, I'm sorry it's late. Alright, so thanks again for watching, and I hope you have a great day.